everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. This is Knitting Blooms, not Sims, not a Sims Let's Play. I am Tina, if you haven't watched before, and this is a knitting podcast. And guess what? I have some knitting to share with you today. I actually think I found my knitting mojo. I don't know, with work as being as busy and crazy and stressful as it has been the last few months, I wasn't doing a lot of knitting, and I kind of thought that that was the whole issue. But apparently I think I had lost my knitting mojo, and that's why I wasn't knitting very much. But this week, the tides turned a bit. So I have some knitting to show you. I have a new project that I'm planning on starting to show you. And we got a couple of drawings also. It will probably still be a short show because I really haven't, I'm just getting back into knitting. I think I've knit almost every day in the last week or so, which is good because I think I've knit more in the last week than I did in the last 2 months, which is good, and I'm glad to be getting back to it. I have a Sammy on my lap currently. What do we want to talk about? I am still hopelessly addicted to Sims, and that still is eating up some of my knitting time, but I am trying to make an effort to knit while I'm editing that podcast, which really doesn't take that much editing. So I just play it back through and delete, or cut out some of the loading screens. But yeah, I have been knitting and playing Sims and watching Sims, and Sims 4 I think just put me right over the edge. With being addicted to it. I was addicted to Sims 3 before, and every time an expansion pack or stuff pack came out with Sims 3, I would go gangbusters with it for a month or so, and then I would lose interest. But by doing the challenges and doing the Let's Plays, it's kind of forcing me to only play certain games for a specific period of time, around 30 minutes at a time. Sometimes I record 2 episodes for each challenge at the same time, but still that's only an hour. And before, I would play for hours on end, and I would kind of speed through the challenges and speed through the gameplay, and I would get bored with it. But I think because I'm switching it up enough, and I'm playing different challenges, and I'm playing my own off-screen game, and there's just different parts of it that I'm experiencing, I think that's helping. Plus, I'm playing both Sims 3 and Sims 4, which is kind of also mixing it up a bit. So yeah, I am playing a lot of Sims still. But I am trying to get back to knitting on a regular basis. Are you going to sit still? I would rather you sit on my lap rather than on that stuff, okay? But yeah, we've got a mystery knit along going on right now, and I am so excited that all of you are enjoying the pattern so much. The 4th clue came out this week, and I'm actually recording on Thursday, which is what I have been doing in the past couple months, and then I post it on Saturday because that gives me Thursday night, Friday to edit and get it posted on, or get it uploaded to YouTube. But I have already been hearing so many comments about how much you are enjoying the pattern and how much you love it, and I'm just so thrilled that everybody is enjoying it so much. And I am working on my shawl as well. I'm going to show you a little bit of it because we are now into clue 4, which is the last clue for the small. Now I have worked on, I'm partially into clue 5, but you're not going to really be able to see too much of it here. But this is the start of it. If you have been checking out the spoiler thread, this is the start of the top of my shawl. And like I said, I am into clue 5. I think I'm like 5 rows into clue 5, 5 or 6 rows into clue 5. So there's not that much there, but yeah, I'm hoping to get more work on it. But the rows are getting really long. Right now, when I started clue 5, I had 112 grams, or let's say 111 grams of yarn, which is a little bit more than 1 skein, which is why I thought that it would take 2 skeins to do the large. Now, I have included 4 spots in the finishing instructions for the large that you can end early. So there is, there's, I believe, clue 5 has 2 charts, and there are 3 spots in clue 5 that you can end early. And then there's 1 chart for clue 6, and then the end if you decide you have enough yarn to take it all the way through clue 6. But I'm loving knitting this again. This is my 3rd time that I'm knitting it, and I'm still very much enjoying it. But there it is, and of course I love my pink. This is actually Solar Flare Fibers, and it's the sparkle. I'm not sure what her sparkle base is, but I'm not sure if you can see the sparkle in there. But it's coming along, and like I said, the rows are getting quite long. I think I worked on it the other night for an hour or so, and I think it took me about that long to get 4 rows done. And there might be a bit of background noise today because Steve is doing a few things, and I didn't want to have to tell him, you know, to be quiet or whatever, so I hope it's not too distracting for you or for me. Anyway, so yeah, so that's my first project that I have been working on. And oh, I forgot one of my projects. It's not that important because it's only the black socks. I pulled it out. I've been working on that a little bit here and there. It's kind of my travel knitting project right now. But I have gotten about, I guess about 3 inches or so on the second sock knit. But it's a plain black stockinette sock, toe up. I am doing a gusset and heel flap on that one. The first sock is complete, so I'm kind of just going through and looking, you know, counting rows and stuff like that to make sure that they're the same. Typically, I do both socks at the same time, but in this particular case, I didn't. I think it was because of when I needed to work on it and what I needed to do, and, you know, having to look at instructions, because doing the gusset and the heel flap, I'm not as good with that, you know, just by memory, so I have to look at a little bit of instructions just to refresh my memory and how I do it. Once I get going, I'm okay with it, but yeah, I just need a little bit of a refresher. Plus, it's toe up. I think I could do the heel flap and gusset on a cuff down a little bit easier than I could a toe up, so it's a little bit different. Anyway, what's next? The next project I'll show you, there goes Sammy. The next project I'll show you, I showed you last time. I was just getting ready to get it started, and I have made some good progress. It's my socks, my Socks That Rock socks. And of course, pink and green. Love it. Love this colorway. What colorway is it? I don't know. And of course, I do not have the ball band in here. It's Socks That Rock. I want to say it's some kind of a holiday colorway. I'm not sure. It was gifted to me. And I always love to knit with the yarn that's gifted to me, because I think about the people who gifted it to me, or the person that gifted it to me as I'm working on it, and I just think that's fun. But there it is. There is the colorway, and it is a Socks That Rock lightweight. I am knitting this on size 1, what is it, 2.5 millimeter. Most of my socks I knit on 0s, but Socks That Rock is a little thicker, and so I do knit those on 1s. And I don't only have just one sock, but I have 2 socks. So I have gotten both socks going, and this is what I've kind of been working on when I've been editing the Sims videos, because I'm trying to post right now. I'm trying to post the Sims Let's Plays once a day. I don't record them every day, but I usually sit down on the weekend and record a few episodes and then have them so that I can post them throughout the week. But 2 socks partially started. This one I'm almost close to where I'm going to do the heel, and this one I've got a little bit more ways to go. But I do like the Socks That Rock because they don't really pool. I mean, you kind of see a bit of a pattern happening with, you see how the dark green, you see a bit of a pattern, but it's not that noticeable, and plus, they're my socks. Who's going to be looking at them that closely? So that project is going, and of course, I have it in my flamingo bag that is just so bright and colorful and happy, because you need a happy bag. I think what I like so much about this bag is you got the bright peachy pink against and the green against the black background. I think that's what makes it really just pop. Okay, so that's project number 2. Actually, that's 3 because I told you about the black socks. The next project is my Nantucket Red, and I have finished the left front. So the last time I showed you, I was way down here at the bottom. I had not done very much of it at all, and I have completed the left front. And I've actually started the first sleeve. I actually cast this on last night. I was watching a Let's Play last night, and while I was watching it, I cast this on and got quite a bit done. They are short sleeves, so it should not take very long for me to knit them. So, and this is the yarn that I spun from the Knitopia colorway 2013. So I'm very excited about getting this sweater finished because it's the first sweater that I've actually spun for, and I love that. And I'm wanting to spin another one, but I want to finish this sweater first. However, honestly, I'm going to have enough yarn for another short sleeve sweater because the first 2 balls, now I'm pretty sure I have 2 more balls somewhere, but the first 2 balls I was able to knit the back and both fronts. I just broke into the second 2 balls, and actually haven't even broke into the 3rd ball yet. I have about this much left of one of the first balls. And I'm knitting the sleeve. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that I have 2 more balls that I have not even started using yet. I'm almost positive. So I'm going to have enough for another sweater. So I think I mentioned it before, and this is a DK sport weight yarn, and I'm going to be looking for a short sleeve type sweater to knit with it, and I just love it. I mean, this is Polworth silk, and it's just so stretchy and springy, and I think it's going to make a fabulous sweater, and I love the color. But I'm really excited to be able to actually finish my very first hand-spun sweater. So I was thinking about getting these on the blocking boards, which I probably will do. I will block them before I seam them up. It'll be so much easier. But I'm very excited. I did screw up on the first front. I did not stop this row of eyelets when I was supposed to. The second row, I think I was supposed to stop this row of eyelets a little sooner. But I just made sure that I did it the same on the second front, so it's fine. They match, and here's the back. It has the same eyelet detail on the back as well. But it's a very simple sweater, and I wanted a simple sweater because I wanted the yarn to really shine on this sweater. So that's project number, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much all I've been knitting. But I mean, honestly, that's just amazing because the last few months there hasn't been much knitting at all. I do have another project that I want to start. I think this project is what is propelling me forward to finish up my Nantucket Red, because I don't want to have 2 sweaters on the needles at the same time. And now that I think about it, I probably will, because I'm going to probably start this sweater. And I was just talking online about wanting to start another knit swirl. And now I'm seriously thinking about doing that as well. So it's very possible that I could cast on another knit swirl and this sweater. The sweater is Ecuador. I will try and get some pictures from the project page or the pattern page to show you, because I could show you on my iPad, but it's not that easy to do. Anyway, so I'm hoping I will post some pictures and you'll see them here. But this is the yarn that I'm hoping to be able to use with it. It is Ella Ray, and I think I have enough. It's considered, I think it's considered a lace weight, but it's a heavy lace, and it's more like a light fingering, and I think it still might work. So that's what I'm thinking about using. And what I'll do, because this is hand-dyed yarn, I will break each of these balls up into 2, just like I did for my Nantucket Red. I had 3 skeins, and I took each one of those and I broke them up into 2, and then I kind of ran, you know, this one and this one, and you know, so that none of them matched up with the other one. So I'll have 6 mini skeins of this, and I'll mix and match them, because I am a stickler about wanting to make sure that you can't tell when I've changed a skein of yarn. And with hand-dyed, you just never know. I mean, it might be fine, it might be perfectly fine, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I mean, seriously, I do not think that you're going to be able to tell where I've changed balls. Actually, these was both the same balls, but even with hand spun, the colorway, you know, varied a bit in the fiber, and then you spun it up, and so it varies a bit. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know why, I just want to be sure. I don't want to spend all that time knitting a project only to find out that I can see a definite line in my project. So I do need to double check to make sure that this is going to be enough yardage. I've had this in my mind for quite some time, so I'm almost certain that it is enough yardage, but it's been a while since I looked it up, so I'm not 100% certain. But this is what I'm going to do my Ecuador in, and I think it's going to turn out fabulously. And Ecuador has a very unique kind of construction, so it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. But I'm very excited to be starting another sweater as soon as I finish my Nantucket Red. I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to start it until I finish the Nantucket Red, but I'm hoping that by the time I record in 2 weeks, I will have started this sweater and Nantucket Red will be done. Because we are in sweater weather now. Although Nantucket Red is a short sleeve sweater, I could always just wear it over a long sleeve turtleneck or something like that. But I have been wearing a lot of my sweaters every day as just a jacket, you know, kind of thing. Usually when I get to the office, I take it off. It's not that cold that I need to be wearing it all day long, but it's nice to be able to pull the sweaters out again. So what else do we need to talk about? Yeah, I don't know. This is going to still be a short show because, like I said, I have been knitting, but not that much. I mean, I have been knitting a lot more lately, but still. So yeah, those 3 projects. And what else? I haven't done any spinning since the last time I recorded. I have been wanting to pull out the mini spinner to work on the organic Polworth silk that I was spinning before. I just haven't done it. It's like every time I think about doing it, then I need to get something to eat, and then I have to wait, and I just haven't pulled that out yet. I have also not worked on the drop spindle at all. And the other things that I have spun, the Into the World that I spun as a to be plied, and then I decided I wanted to keep it as a single. It is still not off the bobbin. In fact, I don't even know where the bobbin is at this point. And also the North Cabin Fiber Crafts that I spun a few months ago that got plied is still not off the bobbin yet either. I've just been lazy with my spinning lately. And I am working on the wool gatherings on the Golding spindle, but that has not been worked on either. What else? Oh, I have a bunch of book reviews to do, and I'm going to try and focus on getting them out of the way. I think I must have 6 or 8 books to review. I'm sure that they're books that you've seen on other podcasts, but I feel like sometimes I can put a different spin on it. I haven't been watching knitting podcasts. I've been spending all my time watching Sims Let's Plays. But I do have a few book reviews that I need to get done, and like I said, I think I'm going to try and crank those out, and on my alternating weeks for the next few weeks, try and get a book review done versus a tutorial. Although I do want to get the knit and purl stitches done, so if you do have friends that are learning to knit and want to learn how to knit, you have those resource videos that you can use to help them. But I do want to get some book reviews done. We are still having VKNs. I did have to cancel the last VKN due to a meeting that I had to attend. We will be having another VKN. By the time you see this, the VKN will have been over. But check the VKN thread. I think there's one more VKN scheduled for November. I want to say it's November 7th. Because I'm pretty sure that I'm having Knit Club on the 1st of November, and then the 7th will be the Friday. I think that's right. But check that thread to see when we are having the next VKN, and I will probably try and schedule one more VKN before Thanksgiving, and then probably only one VKN in December due to the holiday, and we'll see how things go. We do have some drawings today. We are doing some Knit Your Stash drawings. And yes, we are doing the knit along, the mystery knit along, but we are also still doing Knit Your Stash. So, we have a drawing for Knit Your Stash chatter thread. And that is going to be a pattern of $10 or less of your choice to the winner. We haven't had much chatter in this thread since the last time I drew a number, which I believe was a month ago now. because the last drawing was through 6/32, and we are drawing from 6/33 to 6/45 today, and that goes to number 636, and it's Whimper Stricker, I think is how the Ravelry ID is pronounced, and that is Steffi from Germany. So congratulations, Steffi. Please contact me with the pattern of your choice, up to $10 or multiple patterns. You know, if you have two $5 patterns that you would like, let me know and I will get those sent out to you. So congratulations. I know that everybody is probably chatting in the mystery knit along thread, but don't forget to chat in the Knit Your Stash Challenge, because we are doing that through the end of this year. And we probably are going to be doing Spinuary in January again. And February, we're doing something in February. I'll have to look back and see what we were doing in February. So we might be doing that again, some kind of February challenge as well. I'm not sure yet. But we do have the mystery knit along that runs to the beginning of December that you can post your finished object for a chance to win a prize. And the Knit Your Stash Challenge goes to the end of the year. I will probably continue the Knit Your Stash Challenge next year as well, because I could use all the motivation I can get to knit my own stash. And by the way, this came directly from Stash. I don't remember how long I've had it. It's definitely been a few years that I've had this. I would say three, possibly 4 years that I've had this yarn. But yeah, it's very motivating to be pulling stuff from my stash rather than buying more stuff. So yeah, I will probably be doing that again next year. So again, Steffi, congratulations. Just get in contact with me. And the finished object thread, which we always draw from the whole pool of finished objects. And this time the winner is, and this is, right now we're up to 415 finished objects in the thread, which is awesome. And this time the winner is number 168, and that's Bunnyfish, and that's Heather. So Heather, congratulations. You have won this skein of yarn, which was graciously donated to us by Maverick Yarns. And let me put that up there so you can see. There we go. And she has donated this colorway, which is a fabulous blue and green. This is her colorway last summer, and it is a beautiful color. I love the green. I love the blue too, but I don't know what it is about greens lately. I love the greens. Anyway, Heather, you have won this fabulous skein. So congratulations. And did I say the number? It was 168. And Heather has her own podcast. I don't know if, I'm assuming she's still doing her podcast. Like I said, I haven't watched any knitting podcasts in months. I mean, since it's been busy at work, and since Sims 4 came out at the beginning of September, all my video watching time has been watching Sims for the most part. But Heather, congratulations. Get in contact with me and I will get this in the mail to you. And go and check out Maverick Yarns. She's at maverickyarns.com. Let me put that up there again just so you can see. And the website is right here at the top. So great. Congratulations on that. And we are at just about 30 minutes, and that's all I've got for you. Like I said, I am trying to do some basic videos, some basic tutorials to help out if you have friends that are wanting to knit. But I will probably be focusing on book reviews for the next few weeks because I feel like I've kind of fallen out of the habit of doing those and really just want to get those done. So I am really excited that my knitting mojo has returned, and I feel like I am getting back into the knitting. And maybe it's the fall. I mean, it could possibly be the fall that has made my mojo return, because honestly, in the summertime, it's hot. I mean, we have air conditioning now, but still, the summer is not a great time to knit or spin. So it's very possible that it is the change in the weather that has brought back my knitting mojo. Thank goodness for fall. And I get to start wearing all of my hand knits again, and I have been wearing my sweaters. I have not pulled out any of my shawls yet this year, but it hasn't really been cold enough to have to wear a shawl all day, whereas I've been wearing my sweaters to work and just taking them off when I get to work. I just need my sweaters for going out in the weather. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. It's a short show, but like I said, I'm happy to have the mojo back, and I'm hoping that by the next time I record, I will have another sweater on the needles, possibly 2. Could be a bad thing, but possibly 2. And maybe I'll have a couple pairs of socks completed. So I will talk to you later. I hope you have a great couple weeks. If you have any questions or need any knitting advice at all, please feel free to contact me on Ravelry or email me or what have you. I always love to hear from everybody, no matter what it is that you want to contact me about. So have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.
As always, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to contact me with your comments or suggestions, as I am always trying to improve the show. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube as Blooming Knitter. You can also find me on Plurk, Twitter, and Pinterest as Blooming Knitter, but I don't frequent those sites as often. I post show updates on Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes to Google Plus and Plurk. I am Miss Aerobics on MyFitnessPal and Fitbit. You can always find all the old episodes as well as links to the tutorials on the blog at www.knittingblooms.com. And you can also follow the show on Facebook. You can email me at knittingblooms@gmail.com, and show notes can be found at knittingblooms.com.